I have a lot going on here today, but star of the show currently is this AAC ammo, America's Ammunition Company, testing both 55 grain as well as the 77 grain. I'm going to have to cover some of the physical specs at a later time when it's less windy, probably when I'm back in the bench. I will tell you it doesn't measure the best, but I'm told it does pretty good. I got my Magneto-speed to measure the velocity, because we have a 20-inch barrel and we have some 16-inch barrels, and we got some iron sights, a red dot, and a 30 power scope there. So let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, this is the litmus paper test because this is with my Shilen barrel. Let's go over these groups really quick. I'm using kind of the negative space of my groups I'm not going to use, or the paper I meant to say. Anyway, so this is the 77 grain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely have an outlier flying out down below there. This is the 55 grain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely for accuracy by volume here. This, though, is still not too impressive. That's like a 2-inch group, approximately. Whereas this, we'll say 2.5, 3. This, though, down here, is without the Magneto-speed on. You can see that definitely there is a change in the point to impact, but not too much change in terms of accuracy. I find, generally, the only thing the Magneto-speed changes is the point to impact. I find it doesn't really change the accuracy. Although sometimes I do have the occasional flyer that makes me wonder if it does affect accuracy and precision. If you guys want to read that into it, go for it. But for me, I'm just going to say that it's the ammo. So again, Shilen barrel, this is my litmus paper test. This is, if we get groups somehow better than this with 16-inch barrels and iron sights and a red dot, I'll be absolutely amazed. But let's see how well we do with 55 grain down there. Okay, this is my Faxon 16-inch barrel with the Ultradyne C2 iron sights. That's the 55 grain, that's a 10-shot group. So you can see core group there, and we got a flyer up there. This is actually not terrible for just 100 yards. Yes, it's on a bench, but iron sights. Over here, 77 grain, 2-inch group, again, not bad. But in this case, we know I'm limited by my sight system. That's fine though. So next up is the red dot sight with my Bear Creek Arsenal barrel. We'll see how well I do. Okay, this is my Bear Creek Arsenal barrel. So this is 16-inch, chrome lined, cold hammer forged. The 55 grain, 10-shot group. 55 grain looks quite similar in that you have a 9-shot core group and then a flyer up above. The group honestly looks about the same, but I think it might be tighter. Well, we'd have to take a picture with Range Buddy to really know for sure, but I think it's comparable. The 77 grain, whereas for the other barrel, the Faxon barrel, things kind of shifted more to the left and maybe a little bit down. Well, it did shift down, just slightly. This definitely went up. This is a huge shift in the point to impact. This is why I like testing multiple barrels. But yeah. And this one, you know, maybe I'll do another 5-shot group. Let's go ahead and do another 5-shot group, because I feel like this might be on me. Shooting red dots when you have the sun right in your eye is actually kind of difficult. Okay, I'm actually really glad that I refired this, because this seems a lot more reasonable. So that was our original 5-shot group with the 77 grains. This is our next one. This strikes me as a lot more within the realms of reason, we'll go ahead and say, because it's not as a drastic shift to the point to impact for the barrel, and it kind of goes to show that the conditions were affecting me. I'm still fairly new with red dots, and honestly I kind of hate them, so whatever. But the group is the core group up here. It kind of matches, and yeah, we got one that's off to the left, but pretty similar, and it's overall very similar to what we got before with our other barrel and our other sight system, which was not a scope. So I'm okay with that. I feel like this is a little bit more honest of a group, so we'll stop it there. But I still have to get velocity readings with this barrel. Okay, these are the 55 grainers in the 16-inch barrel. So we have a, average of 2,900 feet per second, basically, 2,904. High of 2,915, low of 2,895. Standard deviation is 7. Why, oh why, is it so much better in this barrel than my Shilen barrel. That's hilarious. So let's see. Do you think it's a sample size? Should we fire another 5? That's really curious. Let's fire another 5. Also, the ejection pattern. We have some that are at 3 o'clock, and then we have some that are 4 or more. So I'll have to clean those up. But let's fire another 5. Okay, round 2 with the Bear Creek Arsenal 16-inch barrel and 55 grain bullets. So, average 2906, which is 2 higher. Standard deviation 13. Okay. Extreme spread 32. For whatever reason, this ammo likes this chamber for whatever reason. The other one is 223 wild, and this one is 556 NATO proper. So maybe that is somehow the difference. I don't know. This is just one of those weird things where, in terms of combustion, this one is being exceptionally consistent. For the other one, it's not. So whatever. Very curious. Okay, this is my 16-inch Bear Creek Arsenal barrel. Average 2517, high 2532, low 2496. Wow, this is just doing really well across the board. 13 for standard deviation, 36 for the extreme spread. Not bad. Okay, the 55 grains out of my Shilen barrel, 20-inch stainless steel. So the average, wow, 3082. High 3154, low 2982. Yikes. Yikes. 65. Yeah, that's nothing too impressive. That's nothing too impressive at all. Okay, my Shilen barrel, 20-inch stainless steel with this 77 grain. So data, the average 2717. It's really close to advertised. Whoa, forget the win. High, low, standard deviation 12. So sample size is 5, and the group didn't actually do too well. I'll show you in a moment.